think since we were kids, most of us have always wondered what the meaning of our life was, why we're personally here, and what we're supposed to be doing. What I believe meaning comes down to is three things. First of all, coherence, which is why things happen the way they do, why the things in our life happen to us, and just the way the world works in general. And the second thing is purpose, having a direction and goals. Basically, I'm going in this direction to achieve a set of things that I want. And then significance, which is the belief that your life matters. And when you put all these things together, that's what I think meaning is, and how to find meaning in your whole life. Coherence is kind of a broad term, considering it's why things happen the way they do. But thinking about it, whenever you understand these things, it brings more of a sense of comfort and enlightenment in your life, and you can accept things easier, and it just helps you grow as a person. And then, most important of all out of these three, in my opinion, is the purpose. Everybody's gonna have a different purpose, and your purpose will probably change multiple times throughout your life. But the key thing about purpose is that that's the direction your life's going, and that's what you're feeling drawn toward at the time. So your purpose right now could be to get in the gym and get big. So the goals that you're working towards is that, to get bigger and stronger. And doing that, it gives you something to do in your life, and it gives you a sense of meaning instead of just kind of rotting away. You're wanting to get up, you're wanting to eat healthy, you're wanting to go to the gym, and that gives you a sense of purpose and a reason to keep going. And then maybe one day you get to a point where your physique has gotten to where you want it to be, and you're happy with it. And this is what happened to me. My purpose for a long time was just getting bigger. I got to where I wanted, and that wasn't my purpose anymore. I'd gotten that down, and it's almost like whenever you finish one purpose layer, you feel lost almost, and you need to find your next one to continue growing. But usually whenever you finish one, the next layer opens up to you. For me, it happened to be, I got to where I wanted, and then the opportunity to be a personal trainer showed up, and I was able to help people get to where they wanted to. So it kind of builds on each other. You can use your initial purpose to continue and get better at it. And for me, I found that my meaning, what I want to be here for, what I feel like I am here for, is to help others and teach others. And that sounds like cliche, right? But I've noticed whenever I'm doing these things, it's whenever I feel most happy and feel most fulfilled. It's very fulfilling to me. Whenever I have people on here comment that I've helped them or whatever, and that they get a lot of value from my videos. And then whenever I train somebody in person, like I said, I'm a personal trainer, so whenever I help them achieve their goals and what their ideal body is, it gives me a sense of fulfillment. I've helped them get to where they want, and now they have the knowledge to do it themselves, and they can help others as well. And that's kind of, I can do the same thing with these videos. I can help you if you get help from my videos. In turn, you could take that and help your friend. So I'm getting a very big sense of purpose and meaning from making these videos and from doing my job, personal training. So in my opinion, purpose is the biggest deal whenever it comes to life meaning and being yourself. And then lastly is significance, which is the belief that your life matters, like I said. And this is like neck and neck with purpose, because if you don't believe your life matters, you're not gonna feel a sense of meaning. Feeling a sense of meaning is feeling like you belong here and you're here for a reason. If you feel like your life doesn't matter, you're not gonna have any sense of meaning in your life. You could have all the purpose. I guess in a sense, significance is more important than purpose, because you could have all the purpose, you could have something you're driven towards and you're working on, but if you don't feel any significance with your own life, you're not gonna feel any sense of meaning, and you're not gonna be happy at all. You're not gonna have any joy in the world. Now, the way to find your meaning and like the answer to these questions is by actually asking yourself some questions. The first one is, why are you alive? And I mean, that's like a very broad question, right? Like, obviously my parents had sex and then I was born, right? Like, obviously that's like the real answer. But why are you alive in the sense of like, if you were to say you believe in fate and destiny and all these things, and that you think everything's played out, what do you think you were put here for to do? What do you think you can offer to the world that could enhance either your life, it could just be your life, but also others around you? And that's a big belief of mine. I think finding meaning in your life is to serve others and help others become better. And that's partially why I make these videos. And then another question you can ask yourself, and this is probably my favorite one for this subject, is what are you willing to give up your life joyfully for? It's like, what would you be willing to die for and like happily give up your life for it? For me, this is an extremely hard question, and you have to actually sit there and think about this. This isn't something you can just kind of come up on the spot with, right? And it took me a long time to come up with this answer. I was actually talking to my friend about it, and he couldn't think of anything either. And for him, it ended up being, because he likes to make music, and he said he wanted to be able to make a change with his music and kind of influence people's lives through his music. For me, mine was actually very similar, and I feel like it's going to be like this for a lot of people, but it's just like bringing about a big change. And that's why I feel like whenever I was thinking about this question, I kept thinking about my videos, because to me, I wanted to make a big change on people's lives, help others. And I guess in a sense, these videos are a way of doing that. But whenever it comes to like actual interaction with people, that's never where I feel like the main sense of enjoyment from it, and the main sense of meaning from it. Through these, it's like, sure, people will comment and let me know. But whenever it's actually something in person, or somebody I'm talking to like on a video call or something, that's something I would say I give up my life joyfully for. It's but on a large scale. Like if it's just one person, that's not really it for me. You know, I'd probably do it for certain people, and I would, like good friends and everything. I'd give up my life for certain people like that, obviously. I'm sure you would too. But whenever it comes to a big impact, I would willingly, happily give up my life for it. If I were actually huge on YouTube and I was making a huge impact on people's lives, people were like, I'm talking thousands of people were getting life-changing benefits from my videos, sure, I would give up. Like if there was a scenario where either I'm dying and my videos stay up, or vice versa, where I stay alive and all my videos are deleted, right now, obviously I would delete all my videos and keep my life. But if I was like millions of subscribers, I had probably more informational videos, like better advice basically, I would for sure do it, because I know in doing so I'd be helping so many people. Now, I may not be believable to you, but it's true. If I think of what your case scenario would be for that, like if there's something for you that you would willingly give up your life for, it could be literally anything. And I don't mean this, whenever you answer this question, I don't mean, oh, I give up my life for my family, because a lot of people would, a lot of men would. And don't think about it that way. Think about it as in like a purpose. What purpose would you give up your life for? What was something you would do and happily give up your life for? So it could be, like I just said, and I feel like for a lot of people it's going to be in some way bringing about change, but like it's going to take you some time. So sit down and think about that. If you're up for it, obviously I can't force you to do that, but if you're up for it, sit down and think about that, because that's going to help you really understand the meaning of your life, and you can start working towards it. And then lastly, why do you think you were placed on this earth? And this is another question that's hard to answer. These aren't things that'll just pop into your head. You have to sit down and think about it. For me, I'm only 24, right? So I still have a lot more development and growth to get personally. And something for me, I think I'm put here for is to be a great leader. I think I want to develop my leadership skills a lot more. And then with that, help people expand their life. Like, and just grow. Just help people with personal growth and personal development. And how I'm going to go about doing that, I don't know yet. It's kind of the purpose of these questions. You do these questions, and it helps you know where to go with your life and what to work towards. And I have like a general idea of what I want to do with my life over the next, like, it'll probably be like 10 years, because it's such a big ideal, big ambition, and I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do the things necessary for me to think to where I can get there. So I really recommend sit down answering these questions for yourself and trying to figure out what your purpose is, what your meaning in life is, how to find meaning in yours and find fulfillment, because everybody's is different. Yours isn't gonna be the same as mine, and mine aren't gonna be better than yours. It's obviously dependent on the person. And now, whenever you have all these answered and you figure out the things for you that make up your meaning of life and what your purpose might be and all these things, right? Whenever you answer these questions, it leads into my next part of this video, which is about satisfaction. Satisfaction is the feeling you get after you do something hard. Pain gives satisfaction, but you can imagine if like your purpose was to get bigger and stronger, you go to the gym. When you're in the gym, the workout's hard. Like, it's not easy if you're doing it properly anyways, but the workout's not hard. Doing the workout is the hard part. But after a good workout, you feel satisfied, especially when you get your results. Like a year in and you see the muscle, you see the definition in your body, you've seen the changes you brought about. That's where the satisfaction comes in. And now, you don't want to key in on this feeling of satisfaction. Like, sure, you're going to have it, and sure, it's nice. But the thing is, when you finally achieve something you've been working hard towards, the satisfaction doesn't last long. But that satisfaction is what drives you to do it in the first place. If you didn't have that satisfaction and know it's coming, you wouldn't even do it. You wouldn't, if you had a huge goal in your life right now, and you knew when you achieved it, it wouldn't bring about any change and you wouldn't be happier about it, you wouldn't go for it. That feeling of happiness is what drives you to do it, because you know at the end you're gonna feel good. Even though it's short-lived, and the moment when you're working towards it, you don't believe it's gonna be short-lived. You think you're gonna just be happy forever. And that's just how we're wired. It's like a motivation, I guess, just like instinct for us. For me, it feels like whenever I hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, my life's gonna change. I'm gonna be on top of the world. But in reality, I know the second I hit it, it's gonna feel amazing, right? I'm gonna feel on top of the world for like a good day, maybe a couple hours. And that sounds terrible, right? But in my head, I don't believe that. I think whenever I hit it, my life's gonna change forever. But deep down, I know once I get there, I'm gonna feel great for that day, for that hour. I'm gonna wake up the next day, and my life's gonna be the exact same. And you know what's even worse about it? I say worse because this is a good thing. It keeps you wanting more and keeps you hungry, keeps you driven. But I know I'm gonna wake up. 100K is not enough. I need 500K. I need 1 million. And then it's just gonna keep going from there. You're never satisfied as a human, and that's the thing about it. You can't find meaning in these things because the satisfaction is not what you need to be doing it for. You need to be having a legitimate reason for it. Now, why am I saying this? That's because satisfaction is a good thing. It's not gonna be what you think it is at the end goal, but it's what keeps you trying, and it's what keeps giving you meaning, because that's the motivator for you to achieve these things. It's going to make a change. But I say the meaning, it's not the real meaning, but it helps you work towards your meaning, if that makes sense. Because whenever you're working towards this thing, that hunger is really there, and it makes you work towards it. So keep that in mind, and I hope you're able to figure out. I know this isn't gonna be something that can just snap into your head and you're gonna just know the purpose of your life and why you're here and everything, but gives you some introspective thought, and you can think about it more and try to work towards it, because I think everybody should at least understand the concept of meaning and how they can work towards it and get better, because it'll change your life whenever you figure out your meaning. You know what to work towards, you know how to do it, and you just feel better about your life. You feel more fulfilled. And obviously, happy is a state of mind. It's not something you can eternally have, but it'll help your life be more joyful, and you'll enjoy your life more. So I hope you're able to get some kind of information out of this, help you a little bit. And if so, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Help me get to my 100,000 subscribers goal. I'm going for 10,000 by the end of the year, so that's the big goal for me right now. But if you're interested in the content, again, please subscribe. And if you're interested in coaching, there's a link in the description. Feel free to book a sales call, see if we're a good fit. Besides that, you got any goals, make the shit happen. Go find your meaning, boys, and I'll see you in the next one.